I had asked off camera, Timbo, how do you tell exactly when someone loves you?
Yeah.
Is the proof just in gifts? And what can a woman do to prove that she loves a man?
In this part of the world, there is a mental conditioning that makes it look like what the man has to offer in a relationship is money, and what the lady has to offer in return is sex. It's a mental conditioning. So where money is taken out, love, quote and unquote, is missing. And where sex is also taken out, love, quote and unquote, is also missing. Like he said, on this day, prove to me. So a male partner is going to tell the female, prove to me that by offering me this, and the female too would, prove to me that you love me. There is a guy on Facebook that is very pronounced about if a lady has slept with many partners, her bride price should not be as much as that of a virgin. So you see, that alone redefines a woman's worth to him or to his audience.
In fact, I tell people that you love people the way they want to be loved, not the way you want to be loved. Do you know that for some people, just giving them their space is love? This thing about women love attention or men love this, and you just box everybody into that mode and say this is how they are. Everybody is different.
Yes.
Yeah. So
hi there, my name is Aima and welcome to the Why podcast. This is where we interrogate issues, we ask questions on norms, cultures, trends, of course, traditions and different practices that affect each and every one of us as individuals and as a people. All of this to ensure we have a better, healthier, and more progressive society. And today is not one of those serious topics. It's going to be a very light, fun, loving. We're just going to be catching fun in today's episode with my guys, my G's. You'll be wondering why they're on a particular color. Yeah. Hi.
Hi.
You look good. We've taken you out of your norm. Your norm of natives.
Abi?
Native ways, yes. Okay. It's only Paul who is still on his normal.
Yeah.
All right. So, here on the Why podcast, we ask why, the why of everything that needs to be questioned. So Valentine's, why Valentine's? Valentine's, is it a day for love or for emotional fraud? Don't look at me like that. Yeah, because there's a need to really question what we do, on that day. All right. So starting the conversation, Valentine's. What's Valentine's, Seth? What is Valentine? What the heck is that?
I think they should ask.
Why would not? Okay, let me start. Let me start since you guys are shining away.
Yeah. Beautiful. Let's hear you.
All right. What's Valentine's? Globally, we all call it a day to celebrate love, not because on every other day we do not celebrate love or we do not love on our love subject. But like we all have International Men's Day, International Women's Day, and I'm sure by now frogs and toads should have their day. So if frogs and toads have their days,
love should have
why not
too.
love? And of course, the world revolves around this element called love. So the world has chosen this particular day to celebrate it, but the question is how we go about it. Valentine's, is it really a day we truly celebrate love? Of course, that can be the case for many people, but it may also be a different thing for many others. You could be a victim of emotional fraudsters. Let's have the gist proper. Paul, I'm going to start with you. So stop looking at it, move. All right. I don't know. Personally, I don't think I've ever celebrated Valentine's.
Okay.
So that means I've possibly not even really had someone who is taking that. You guys, I'm sure you won't believe it.
Exposing some private things to us now.
I'm sure you won't believe
Nobody
it.
has taken you out on Valentine's Day.
The only occasion that I have felt is I felt Valentine's effect a bit is someone who sent me very early. I think it was very early in the morning, around 7 a.m. I had a call, and then behold, I had a parcel. There was wine in that parcel. There was cake. There were 2 other gifts, and I was really touched, really. Yeah. So,
The guy sent you, not someone.
what do you
It's a
mean?
someone. It's a
What do you
someone.
mean by?
Let's be
What do
specific.
you- I mean, was it supposed to be a woman?
I mean,
Okay, so that answers it. So, Paul,
So,
okay.
Paul, what's Valentine's to you, first of all?
To me, it will make the definition peculiar to me. But just like you said, it's a day set aside to celebrate people that are in significant relationships and people that it's really a romantic day. So if you can't find someone that it's of in a romantic, significant relationship with you, I think you should just shut down. That's for me. So you are not out of place. It's a day to celebrate love, which is not bad. I mean, it's not bad. If you have someone in your life that has been there for you in, hard times, good times, someone that you guys share or tend to share some romantic feelings, it's a beautiful day to set aside and celebrate.
Just give that
Not
person
necessarily,
a good treat.
Yeah, not necessarily that you it should be the only day or you have not been doing that,
Yeah.
but it's just beautiful. Just like the day we set aside to celebrate Christmas. It's not as if that's the day we are going to do everything we've been doing.
Is it a serious? Do people really take Valentine's very serious?
Very seriously. I think I started hearing Valentine's as immediately I started. I was old enough to know what is called love, romantic love. You know, even though I've questioned, even I know that Valentine's Day even has. If you trace the origin, it may not exactly have been. If you want to go strictly by what inspired the Valentine's Day, I think that we should extend the definition beyond romantic love to also mean love in general, because romantic love is just one of several kinds of love. There's love that should just be human. That should just be the fact that you're a human being and you love people. There's unconditional love. There's love of friendship and all of that. I think we should be able to extend the definition of Valentine's Day to include all of that. But yeah, Valentine's Day has been quite serious for many people. As the 14th of February approaches, you would hear some people say, "Will you be my Val?" You know, and I was going on.
The heat is already on. This is
yeah. Will you be my Val and all of that. There are people that also make money from it, creating Valentine parties for couples. In some places, those parties, the tickets are quite expensive because you want to also give your partner a memorable experience. But then again, there are also people who are mischievous and want to use Valentine's Day to do a lot of atrocities in the name of love. My late pastor used to say that many people lose their virginity on that day. Many people place unhealthy demands on others in the name of love on that day. And so it's important for us to, that's why I still say that maybe we need to redefine it. Personally, you know, the way people talk about Christmas and they say Christmas Day it has a pagan background and all of that. And I always tell them I can redefine everything is what you call it. All right. So I can redefine Christmas and celebrate it. I have redefined Christmas for me to mean the day we celebrate the birth of Jesus. I don't care about the pagan history that it has. I've redefined it for myself and I celebrate what it means to me. And I think that for many of us, we may need to look at Valentine's again. And maybe even because, like he said, if you don't have a romantic love interest, you can shut down. But I mean, you can also use it as a day to go to show love to the less privileged, show love to to go to orphanage home.
We had some gathering some community gathering sometime. Yeah. There's I think other Valentine's has always been with maybe some groups and
you go to
show
orphanage
some love.
show some love at whatever level. It doesn't have to be romantic. It doesn't have to be sensual and all of that. So if you whatever Valentine means to you, I think that you should celebrate it as long as you celebrate it in a godly way.
Paul, do you have any plans for this Valentine's?
Currently, I don't.
Why?
Hopefully, I will.
Why?
Before it gets to that.
Because, like you said, if you don't get person, shut down.
But Paul, you said you had plans for the Y podcast crew.
For Valentine's, right?
I hope you haven't forgotten.
I mean, that's going to be off cameras.
Yeah.
But it's good to put it on record. As you said it now, you put it on record.
Yes, please. Very important, because I remember when he suggested there's a way that he was hoping we don't have any other plans. For example, maybe someone taking me out to Dubai and other places, fine places. Okay. Why are you sober? Okay, so we, like you've said, you pointed out, it's a season where you can express love genuinely to either your love interest or to other people who need to be touched in a loving way. But there are a lot of folks who take practical advantage, they take advantage of others, scheming their ways through. And of course, I call it emotional fraud. You can be a victim. How do we spot easily people, emotional fraudsters?
Yeah, I mentioned an example when I said that some people lose their virginity on that day. Of course, some people had already lost it a long time ago. So what
do men lose to female emotional fraudsters?
Why? Some people
fast about it.
Paul sounds like he's been defrauded.
Some people, a major damage will be done to their accounts, their bank accounts on that day. Yeah, major damage, significant damage. Because emotional fraud works with emotional blackmail. Someone will tell you, if you love me, prove it on Valentine's Day. And they place demands on you that on a normal day you may not want to do, or you didn't plan to do. But I mean, you have to prove that you love someone. And what better day to prove it than Valentine's Day? So you have to show working, and that has put a lot of people in serious traps, very serious traps.
Wow.
Some traps, sometimes you do things that you cannot even recover from. And it's a serious matter. So that's why this topic is crucial, because people need to celebrate Valentine's Day responsibly. Like they say, drink responsibly. There are things that if you overindulge or you do not have boundaries, you may be hurting yourself. So it's important to note that you can be at risk on Valentine's Day if you don't take precautionary measures.
Let's delve a bit into the subject of love. I had asked off camera, Timbo, how do you tell exactly when someone loves you? Is the proof, let's say from the man now, is the proof just in gifts? If someone wows you with gifts, is it enough sign to show that the man loves you as a woman? And what can a woman do to prove that, she loves a man?
In this part of the world, there is a mental conditioning that makes it look like what the man has to offer in a relationship is money. And what the lady has to offer in return is sex. It's a mental conditioning that even if your mom, your parents have not told you, the society has a way of painting that picture to you. So where money is taken out, love, quote and unquote, is missing. And where sex is also taken out, love, quote and unquote, is also missing. Like he said, on this day, prove to me. So a male partner is going to tell the female, prove to me that by offering me this, and the female too would, prove to me that you can, that you love me. So that alone has brought a mental setup already for both partners, and it redefines what is love to them. And I tell most young people like me, try as much as possible, if you have the means, to travel out of Nigeria. See how relationship is operated in other countries. Because if you stay here with this kind of mindset, you would live and almost die with the mindset that as a man, the only thing you can offer is this. And as a lady too, you would also live to die that the only thing that brings true value to a man is this. So that's when you hear people ask, as a lady, what do you bring to the table? So there is a guy on Facebook that is very pronounced about if a lady has slept with many partners, her bride price should not be as much as that of a virgin. Yeah, I maybe after this, I'm going to show you his username on Facebook, and he writes this very consistent. As yesterday, I saw something like this. So you see, that alone redefines a woman's worth to him or to his audience. And he also...
Because the woman's worth is sexual, right?
Yeah. So...
According to him.
Yeah. So coming back to your question, this is actually something that the society has brought a definition to you. And you shouldn't allow some of the things that society has defined to you to become your reality. You shouldn't.
So what should be the appropriate thing? What should be the normal thing if we are questioning or interrogating love interests that are not healthy? What is the healthy? What is obtainable what should be obtainable according to you?
Yeah, like it that you've coined it down to say according to me, because what's peculiar to me may not be peculiar to someone else.
Exactly.
But however, there is still a parameter to measure these things.
Objectively.
Anything that hurts your true worth as a person is not love. Anything that takes your core from you, that's why if you know these things, it will be easy for you to walk out of any toxic relationship. Yeah. Whether irrespective of the gender. Anything that takes that, if you spend time with this person, I'm not talking about the events now, even on phone, and after spending time with the person, you feel less worth than what you truly are. That's toxic enough for you.
Or you feel that virtue leaves you.
Virtue has left you. That's so
your
for me,
essence is diminished.
Yeah, for me, I would rather not say how to know love. I would rather say how to know what is not love. So anything that makes you lose your true worth is not it. Is not. And to the guys, you really know that spending money, I'm not against spending money, but if you are spending money as a manipulative tool to get a lady, then you don't want that lady. And for the lady too, if you would be able to give sex to him too as a manipulative tool, then you don't want. That's actually where the emotional fraud you are talking about comes in.
You must be the treasurer in the Association of Stingy Men.
Probably so.
Paul is the treasurer in the Association of Stingy Men.
You'll be shocked the level of expenses I do on ladies.
Oh my God.
On ladies.
Yeah. Liberally.
I can actually attest to that.
You see?
Because she's a beneficiary.
Paul is a heavy giver. I can't wait for you to be counting in billions because I know how much
Yeah, just to add to what he
Yeah.
said, although there should be a defining parameter for love that which means that love can be defined objectively to some extent, love is still predominantly a subjective matter. Predominantly, what means love to me may not mean love to you. And that's legit. I mean,
It is.
We all have our love languages, and the language I speak or I understand may not be yours, and that's fine. In fact, I tell people that you love people the way they want to be loved, not the way you want to be loved, because the way you want to be loved may not be the way they want to be loved.
Please, can you rewind that? Please?
Yeah, you love people.
That's so basic.
Yeah, you want people the way they want to be loved.
Because I am the recipient of love.
Exactly.
If I don't feel the love, then it's wasted.
Then I'm not loved. You know. So people make the mistake many times of misloving people because they are loving them the way they want to be loved. So one of the things I ask people to do in a relationship early enough is to find out how this person wants to be loved. Do you know that for some people, just giving them their space is love?
Is
That
love
is
enough?
me. Oh
Is
my
love
God.
enough?
Say
Yeah.
it.
I mean,
Say it
I hear people
again.
think that giving so much attention is the way
losing
to
the
love
person.
them. Is the way to love them. And this thing about women love attention or men love this, and you just box everybody into that mode and say this is how they are. Everybody is different.
Yes.
Yeah. So when I tell people be sure that someone loves you, what I actually mean is that the person understands your love language and is willing, even if that's not his own language, is willing to communicate with you using your language. That's very basic. But that being said, that's where the objectivity that he talked about comes in. That being said, if your love language is hurting people,
then it should be redefined.
then it should be redefined.
Or you should use another language.
Because within the circumference of love is the fact that you should be thinking about the well-being of the other person. That is basic, irrespective of whatever love language is yours. That is basic. The basic thing is I should be thinking of how to improve your life. You should be thinking of how to improve my life. So if my love language means that your life gets worse, or you lose something essential, something crucial to you, then I'm being selfish. I'm not being loving.
There's a matter I would like us to address. The general expectation that a man should love with money and women should love giving their bodies. You know that has really stuck greatly in our culture around here, in our society. A woman, for example, a lady has a need and approaches a man that she believes can solve her need. And the man does it. Maybe does it again. In fact, lots of times, even once. And the woman naturally assumes that she has to
She's
submit.
indebted to the man.
Yes, submit her body, have intimate relations.
Even without being told.
Have sex. Don't use euphemism. Say
This
sex.
is my choice of word. That's what I'm choosing
It's
to
like
use.
the word is hitting your mouth. Say sex.
Sir,
This is the
sir,
harassment.
use her love language, please.
Okay, I love language
Yeah.
is intimate relationships.
Don't love her your way.
Okay.
Oh my God, did I know it?
Okay.
So we really need to disabuse the minds of many people, especially young women. As a woman, I give to my male friends, to people, and without expectations. So why shouldn't I, if I'm in need, why shouldn't I receive without feeling that I should, give back?
So start to tackle it.
Well, my pastor of blessed memory used to say something that stuck with me so much. He said, he used to say that when you use the word commit, that commitment literally means that thing cannot be taken back. So that's why the Bible uses the word commit for adultery. It's a commitment, so to speak. And then it's stuck because I know that I don't know where society gets their gauges from, but you don't give what you can get back in exchange for what cannot be gotten back. It's an unfair balance.
Can you say that again?
Now, you don't give what you can get back in exchange for what cannot be gotten back. Money, you can always make it again. You can always make it again. You know, but when you are giving that in exchange for sex, then you're simply being unfair. You're being selfish. That's what we were talking about. That when whatever you call your love language is hurting another person. But then again, I always balance this by saying that, I mean, if it's consensual sex, if both parties want it, you know, because sometimes we present it to look like it's one person doesn't want it and the other person.
No, the question is strictly on cases where normally a lady probably may not have wanted to, but because of a subtle, this is sometimes not even the man. I've seen situations, in fact, I've heard some men tell me that, you know, they were, you know, able to provide some needs to some women, and they're the ones who initiated, who were acting like.
A lady commented on Twitter, wrote on Twitter and said, please, she's looking for a man that can help her financially without asking for sex in return. And then somebody replied and said, that man's name is employment. That's the only man that will give you.
But why would the lady? Why would she tie help to gender?
That's the thing. That's the thing. Because you see, sometimes, like you said, these are societal expectations, and because we all know these expectations. A woman shouldn't be looking for a man first. I'm sorry to sound that way, but shouldn't be looking for a man shouldn't be the first thing that comes to your mind when you are in need. Except you have a relationship with that man. Either it's your father, or it's your brother, or it's your boyfriend, or it's your husband. A man shouldn't be the first that comes to your mind.
What if the person is a male friend, like maybe Paul now? If I'm in need, shouldn't I naturally even you yourself?
But there is a relationship, right?
Yes, of course. Of course, people don't. Well, in this era of social media, I know people who go to strangers, you know, inbox.
Exactly.
But before you can approach somebody, most of the time it is someone you know.
Some close relationship. Let me give you an example. A student and a lecturer, they have a relationship. But that's not the kind of relationship I'm talking about. That's why I didn't mention that kind of relationship. Because that relationship is an official relationship. A boss and an employee. That's an official relationship. Those official relationships, you don't have any basis to go and expect something without anything in return. I don't know whether that's what I'm saying. I have a basis to ask my father to do something for me without expecting anything in return because he's my father. I have a basis to expect something like that from my wife. She's my wife. I even have a basis for that from my children. They are my children.
Are you saying that an employee who has a serious issue and doesn't really have anyone, you know, that has that financial capacity? Let's be real. Come on.
Yeah, she can ask for salary advance.
There are people who have
she can still ask for help.
Of course.
This is my point. Sometimes the people who go for help from the opposite sex know very well the risk they're exposing themselves to.
It is the risk now that I'm questioning.
And they're still going.
You know, I had earlier stated that even as a woman, I give helps to male friends. Some males that are not necessarily even friends, but they are male. Are you telling me that I should have an expectation, or I mean they should feel like I should be asking them for something in return? So why shouldn't it be the other way around too? Why shouldn't a man give to a woman in need without asking for it? I'm not talking about consensual, intimate relationships. I'm talking about somebody
taking advantage of another because they're in need.
Exactly. So we should dissuade that.
If a lady tends to be with a man because of his financial capacity, when she now makes money, that man is irrelevant in her life. If a man spends on a lady because of sex, whenever he gets the sex, the lady becomes irrelevant automatically.
Very instructive.
So,
And so these
both
Valentines,
both
be
genders,
careful.
just know that the moment you get what you are looking for, if that's why you are coming then. But for me, I don't know if the people watching this are sensitive, as I am. Of course, I believe there are. A generation is coming up that, especially the ladies, that may not necessarily need a man for the
money.
Things that we define.
Yeah.
Not just a generation is coming up, but it's already here.
Yeah.
It's already here.
They were here. But
Ima is here. Yeah.
I'm talking about the.
Will you this is your sarcasm.
What I mean is the proliferation of such ladies is becoming very vast. And this is a warning to the guys. What will you do if the only thing you can flaunt to a lady is money?
It's money.
Then when you finally meet a lady that has her money, has
what will
her
you bring
car,
to the table?
meets her needs, pays her bills comfortably, and even has more to spend.
And she can take care of you, like
Thank
she can
you.
pay your bills and not be broke.
Now, what defines your value, your relevance, your worth in that equation? So it's something that most guys should really, really sit down and think of. And again, you see, if you use money to get the lady, except that lady is so dumb, she doesn't think anything. I give you 5 years, that lady is going to make that money that brought her there. When she finally makes that money, sir,
I believe this is part of the reasons a lot of marriages are shaky.
Yeah, because the things that brought especially the ladies into that marriage was, okay, just take care of me, take care of my family, and take care of my children. Then when she's now being exposed to wealth and she handled money, that's where you see some ladies that were humble, really, are not humble because what makes you humble was just a manipulative tool. You want to travel like you're sitting here. You want to travel to maybe, let's say, a conference, and your husband says, don't go. You keeping that submission is defined based on if you have the capacity to go or not. If you don't have the capacity, you don't have any other choice than to be submissive, quote unquote.
Yes.
Now, when you have the money to go, and you still say, yes, sir, that is real submission. So most times, when you see some ladies say, I'm submissive to my husband. Madam, calm down, hold money first.
It's not
hold money.
Yeah.
So don't still be in a point of lack. Get to abundance, then you can now show your true value. But for me...
So what okay, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
What values should a man bring to a woman's life?
A lot.
Please, I want to hear from you, Paul.
A lot.
Because a lot of persons really do not know how to love. Lots of persons have not been taught, not from home, not from school, not from anywhere, how to relate with the opposite gender of, with a love interest. And so their natural disposition and inclination is that what a man has to offer is money, so I must work hard to give
let
money.
me help you.
So
First,
don't help me speak to them, speak to your gender.
You don't need help.
when I mean help you, don't talk too far. Let me get it from you. Now, please, to the guys, you should be so valuable that just by default, the people around you, their life gets better. Whether you have a romantic relationship with them or not, just by being around you, their life should be better. It's just like being around fire. You should feel the heat. You should feel the warmth just by being it should be at the basic a thinking level of every guy. That's one. Two, your dream should be so big to accommodate any girl that comes into your life.
My God.
That resonates.
It's not the kind of dream that when the girl comes, you feel threatened. You now look... Some people are just good to marry, but they are not good to continue in marriage. the things that attract you to that lady may be a threat to you in the next 5 years. So if your dream is as minute and the lady comes with a big dream, that's why you hear people say, I'm not marrying you for school, oh. I'm not marrying to fly all over the world. I'm marrying to be my wife. That's a minute thinking. Your dream should be so big to accommodate that of a lady without feeling any form of threat. So that's
the highest. That's the
like,
highest form of love.
I mean, like,
that is love.
If the lady can settle and become herself and fly on her wings without the wings being cleansed, forget it, you've gotten her.
And then just to add, you've said it all, but just to add the fact that when a woman thinks marriage, I believe that I know that one of the things that a woman considers is leadership. Because, of course, the man is going to be the head of that family. I heard a lady tell me one time, she said, I dread to be the one to lead my home. I dread it. And I've seen many ladies who have been put in the position where they have to lead. And I know how they detest it.
Wow.
I know how they detest it. Women may want to lead everywhere else, but they don't want to lead at home.
Yeah.
They don't want to lead at home.
This raises the question of how many men are really
leaders
preparing themselves
for leadership.
For that leadership capacity.
Exactly. Because a woman doesn't want to be the one to be calling everyone for prayers in the morning. She doesn't want to be the one to be casting vision for the family. She doesn't want to be the one to be deciding, how the children are disciplined and all of that. So the first value a man should bring to the table, from my own standpoint, is, can you lead this woman that you want to marry? Because and that means you should be way ahead of her.
That's true.
You should be way ahead of her. You can't be wanting to be with someone and that person is way ahead of you in many respects. You'll be dragging the person backward.
That's correct.
So you should be way ahead of whoever you want to be in a relationship with. Because if that relationship ends in marriage, you will be the leader and that person should be following. But I see people say, oh, I want to marry this person. And I'm like,
the two of you know, right?
Like,
this lady is far ahead.
This lady is far ahead of you. I mean, if this is the person you want, you have to step up. You have to step up.
Not because it is not possible, but you just need to increase your capacity.
Because you know the ego in men. And then, just like women dread being the leaders, men dread being led.
Followership. That's true.
Especially in the home.
Yeah, I mean in the home now. Men dread being led. Some men even import it to other places. I've seen people leave a church because the woman is a leader and they say, how can I be led by a woman? Is that bad with men? Men dread being led. But if you go and marry someone that is ahead of you, it's either she will lead you or you will drag her backward. That marriage will be dysfunctional. So the first value you bring to the table for me is, can you lead this? Whoever, now, there's always someone you can lead. There's always someone who can look up to you. And then don't forget that it's not just a matter of being ahead of her at the beginning. You have to always stay ahead.
Continue.
Because by the time she overtakes you, it's still a problem. You have to constantly be ahead. And I'm talking about that in spiritually. I mean, the man should be the priest of the home. The man should be the priest. So spiritually, you should be ahead. Economically, you should be ahead. Now, I know that people say, well, there's nothing wrong with a woman being richer than the husband. I understand that sentiment very well. However, I believe that the man should not be lagging behind financially and now be a pest, a financial pest to his wife. If by any reason, for any reason, your wife is doing better than you financially, it should not be. It should just be because whatever she's doing has a lot of financial value that is generating. But you are also not just sitting back, laid back, and saying, oh, my wife has money, I'll be chopping my wife's money. I've seen that in many homes. I've seen men that don't go to work in the morning. At some point, she will ask herself, is this what I bargained for? One day she will sit and have a conference with herself. That, I didn't buy a man to be the one paying the bills. So the point is, make sure that you are capable to lead this woman. This woman, and then of course, wherever she wants to go to in life, you should be that kind of person she can look up to as she's taking that journey.
You should be the first
a go-to person.
You should be the first consultant before she even
my God. So you see, this places a lot of responsibility.
I mean, it's like this thing is really resonating with me.
Oh my God. If you know how many ladies out there, who are, I mean, in terms of capacity, they've built themselves, they're doing well. All they just need is someone who has a higher capacity that can look up to, that can be that husband.
That's true.
So it seems, of course, a lot of women out there still have long ways ahead to go. But it seems there's a serious deficit in the leadership capacity of men to be husbands. Totally. To be husbands now to the 21st century women we're starting to see, So there's a lot to do.
Yeah, let me also comment. You see, one of the media that is really shaping that that culture is social media.
Okay.
It has really redefined what a man should do and what is expected from a woman. So at randomly, you will just find on social media that man, have money. Woman, then they will now look for one other thing. Just keep yourself well for him or keep yourself well for him or
be good in front and behind.
Yeah. This guy is
very I wish you would know how sarcastic you.
Yeah.
So, but again, I really want to ask people, what defines your reality? Where do you get your defining thoughts from?
Perspectives in life.
I mean, this is something that you should really sit down. Social media is a place that you shouldn't go and learn from. You should go and give what you've learned there. Yeah. It's a tool that you should use as a change agent.
Your course.
Thank you. As a change agent. But you see, what most people do is they go and they conform to the things they find on social media. But it shouldn't be. Because these things you are saying now, how many men know? How many? Men don't even spend time to redefine themselves, to create value for themselves. And let me say this, the higher you go in life, the higher the quality of people you would attract.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Yeah.
If a poor beggar sits down and imagine meeting a rich guy, where would she even meet him? So they don't attend the kind of conferences you attend. Yeah. They don't even if they attend the kind of churches you attend.
You have to get in their circle.
Thank you. Yeah. So the higher you go in life, the higher the quality of people you would attract. So instead of spending time to find a rich man or a rich woman, just keep going. You will find that rich man at the top.
Yeah.
Just live around here.
And at the top, you would have realized that it's really not about the money.
Yeah.
As it is about the quality of the persons there.
Yeah. Thank you.
You know.
So that's just what
Wow. It's been an interesting session, really. Women, we have a lot to do to build ourselves. Of course, for men, to be a husband, it's a serious responsibility.
Very serious.
To be a father is a serious responsibility.
It scares you.
It scares me to be
if you have the time to go chill with your guys, to drink and have fun, do sports, gym, and do every other thing, do your business, you should equally have time to read up on how to raise children.
Yeah.
How to love a woman. Not as if, of course, I don't meet quality persons. I do. but you must not be in a relationship, in an intimate relationship with, So I enjoy quality friendships, but intimacy is a different ball game for me entirely.
So what can someone do to you?
To become intimate with you?
Well, I didn't go there.
That's my own question.
Okay.
That's my own question.
Let me
In case
let me land.
your man of God is watching this podcast.
I think we don't trivialize.
No, in case
Don't even
moment.
trivialize this moment because it's very vital.
For me, what I want to ask is, what can someone do to you? Let's leave that space. Anybody could give you space.
What are my expectations, right?
One. But what can someone do to you that would really make you say, this guy loves me?
Oh, wow. Okay.
Guys, this is exclusive.
That's what I'm saying.
This is exclusive. I must love language.
Okay. First of all, my first point of attraction to any guy is a brilliant person. Brilliance gets to me a lot. And then your depth. There are lots of intelligent persons who you can have good conversations with. But I think I'm a sucker for depth. For depth, brilliance, and thoughtfulness. Have you noticed that as basic as being considerate to others is, not many people exhibit that. So you can be sitting out with someone and having a normal conversation and the person just says something so off, something that should just warrant it, just being thoughtful, be a little bit thoughtful. If I say this, how would and then you should know who you're sitting with. If this is not my kind, this is not my slant, why would you? So that alone is enough to get. And I can't even let you sit with me. So I'm sensitive to words. So brilliant, depth, a thoughtful person, someone who is mindful of his spirituality, and someone who has a lot of respect, especially for women. I cannot stand it when a man disrespects
a
woman out there. In fact, any human being, he should have respect for not just people who have status, but people even of no social status. Respect for other humans, it gets my attention. Those are the basic things before we can now even look at more specific things. More specific things. Now, like, okay, do I like him? Does he look good?
Yeah,
okay.
is he tall? Is he handsome?
Okay, and someone who is not in a hurry. My God, I don't like it at all when a man behaves like, if he doesn't have me, then something is going to be wrong. So he sense that the way I'm still going to pause you. In fact, I may not pick your calls.
Okay, so
That's serious.
I don't, no.
But that sounds contrary to what some ladies really want. Some ladies want.
Most ladies are the ones who are putting
that I give this man this
now.
idea. Yeah, thank you.
No. Most men actually think that when they show that that you will know that I'm serious.
That urgency.
Yeah.
If you do that to me, it's a turn off. Yes, because I deserve a confident guy. And confidence, don't hurry things.
Yeah. Confidence is not in a hurry.
Yeah, it's not in a hurry.
Guys, this is expository.
Yeah. We'll cut out this part.
No, it won't.
No.
This is expository.
So you see, that's it. I didn't even ask for money. I didn't ask for too much.
I was about asking. You've not even mentioned money.
Why are you not in a relationship? Is it because your standards are too high? What is high in all of those things I've mentioned? What's too high?
Well,
is it not basic?
You see,
Isn't it?
Sounds high to a shallow mind.
Okay.
It does. Do you know what it means for a guy to look at you and says, I'm confident I will get her? Or a guy to just look at you and doesn't put up some sense of urgency. He's calm.
So Valentine's, Polo, I'm really looking up to what you have the plans you have for the entire crew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish people even know what.
Please let me know in time, so just in case I have any
Dubai plans.
any Dubai plans, All right, guys, it's been fun.
Yeah,
as
thank you so
always.
much.
Yes. So catch you guys in the next episode and have a responsible Valentine's Day ahead. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.